everyone, it's Kay. Welcome to my guide for the Minion Army League starter. It only uses rare items, so the build will work in solo self-found. And it also has good survivability, so it's hardcore viable too. The build uses a small army of different minions for dealing damage, providing buffs and debuffs, as well as protecting your Necromancer. As you get more currency during the league and progress into the endgame, you can easily transition into my Skellymancer or SIS build. In this guide, I will talk about how the build works, how to play the build, the passives, Ascendancy and Pantheon, and a suggested gear including gems and links. The Minion Army Necromancer is designed for survivability. The build has lots of life, block, and armor. It also has a good amount of life regen, as well as life recovery on block. And your support minions stay close to your Necro, so they will take incoming hits before you do. The Minion Army Necromancer uses minions to do all the hard work. Your damage dealers are skeletons and raging spirits. They have aggressive AI and are able to kill monsters which are completely off-screen. They are also temporary minions that are easy to resummon when they die. Your support minions are Golem, Spectres, and Zombies. They provide buffs for your minions and debuffs for enemies. The two Spectres are a Carnage Chieftain, which gives frenzy charges that increase damage, attack speed, and movement speed, and a Chukahama's Vanguard, which uses a Scorching Ray Totem to reduce your enemy's fire resistance. You can get the Carnage Chieftain in Act 2 Old Fields, and the Chukahama's Vanguard comes from Act 6 The Coast. To summon your Spectres, go to the zone, cast Desecrate, move your mouse over the corpses while holding the corpse target key, then cast Raise Spectre when you find the one you want. And if you want your Spectres to look like mine, you need to get the Ebony Red Spectre MTX. Set Molten Shield to your left mouse button so it auto casts while you are moving. Use Flame Dash to get out of danger or to jump over obstacles. As you move through maps, cast Skeletons and SLS when you see a monster pack. If you find a rare monster, cast Signal Prey to focus fire. You can also cast Elemental Weakness. Before fighting bosses, pre-cast your Skeletons and SLS. And also cast Foul Summon Skeletons if you have it. Here's the passive tree for the build. There are 3 key features. 2 extra passive points from killing all bandits in Act 2, Decay Word Anointed on Amulet, and 9 masteries. There are several jewel sockets that you can use for Ghastly Eye Jewels. The important mods are Life, Minion Damage, and Taunt. Here are the ascendancies in the order you should take them. Mindless Aggression, Unnatural Strength, Commander of Darkness, and Mistress of Sacrifice. For the Pantheon, I like to use Lunaris and Shakari for reducing damage. Lunaris is especially important to avoid damage that chains off your minions. Here's an overview of suggested gear, including gems and links. Overall, the priority is to get the highest life mode on all items. You can self-craft this using Essence of Greed. I also recommend getting gear that has armor and energy shield. This will make coloring the sockets much easier because almost every gem is red or blue. For the helmet, I recommend +2 or +3 to minion gem level. The gems are Vow Summon Skeleton, Feeding Frenzy, Minion Damage, and Multi-Strike. For the body armor, I recommend using a crafted rare with increased maximal life and mana. Another option is a tabula with a +2 duration corruption, which will make your SOS stronger. The gems in order of importance are Summon Raging Spirit, Unleash, Multi-Strike, Predator, Minion Damage, and Elemental Damage. For the gloves, you can craft Minion Damage if you don't need resistances. The gems are Raise Spectre, Raise Zombie, Summon Carrion Golem, and Meat Shield. For the boots, look for movement speed, which you can also craft with your crafting bench. The gems are Skitterbots, Tempest Shield, Determination, and Defiance Banner. You can craft a wand with minion damage using an Essence of Fear. Trigger a socketed spell with a crafting bench, or unveil the mod from Syndicate Loot. Your trigger weapon will auto-cast the socketed gems, which are level 1 Desecrate, Bone Offering, and level 1 Life Tap. Auto-casting spell has a higher mana cost, so we keep Desecrate and Life Tap at level 1 for efficiency. For your shield, look for or craft Recover Life when you block. The gems are Flame Dash, Molten Shell, and Elemental Weakness. For the amulet, I recommend using a Citrine or Jade amulet to help with dex. You can increase your minions' damage with +1 to Intelligence or all spell gems. And Decay Word is a cheap anointment which helps keep your support minions alive. For the rings, you can craft minion speed to help with clear speed. For the belt, use a leather belt or Stygian Vise to socket another Ghastly Eye Jewel. For the flasks, I like to use Life, Granite, Quicksilver, Quartz, and Sulfur. And for the effects, Instant Life Recovery, Extra Armor, and Removal for Burning, and Freeze and Chill. You can find a link to the build planner in the description below. I also have a complete Act 1 to 10 leveling guide which is linked at the top right. There's also a detailed walkthrough on the POE forum. With thanks to my patrons for your support. Here's a list of absolute legends, and there are more patrons in the other tier. Okay, hope you enjoyed this build guide. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And please check the pinned comments for any updates. Thanks for watching, bye!